You woke up this morning with questions pressing softly against your heart, wondering if your life has been overlooked, if your prayers have gone unanswered. But hear this. This moment is not an accident. You are not forgotten. God has seen the quiet battles you fought, the nights you laid awake rehearsing your fears, the mornings you rose, even when you felt unseen. Those were sacred acts of courage in heaven's eyes. You may have believed that faith means certainty, but faith has always meant trust. It's about believing you are held, even when nothing feels steady. The silence you've mistaken for absence is often the sound of His patience. God is nearer than your next breath, waiting not for your perfection, but for your honesty. He doesn't need polished words or rehearsed prayers. He only asks for truth. Bring Him the ache, the fatigue, the small hopes you've almost forgotten. Each breath you take is grace repeating itself, a rhythm of divine persistence whispering, "You still matter." Have you noticed how morning still comes after the longest night? That is mercy in motion, a love that refuses to let darkness have the final word. Your value is not found in doing, but in being. Heaven measures resilience where the world measures results. God sees the steps you take when no one is clapping. He treasures the faith you hold when no one understands. You are not behind. You are not too late. Divine timing is compassion disguised as delay. Rest now, not because you failed, but because rest itself is worship. When you stop proving your worth, grace has space to prove itself faithful. When anxiety lists its endless what-ifs, lift your eyes toward the steady gaze that never wavers. The same hands that sculpted galaxies are holding you right now. Even the soil of your sorrow is growing something sacred. What you thought was the end is only the beginning of redemption's story. God rebuilds through the broken pieces you thought were useless. You were never asked to perform for Him. He delights in your presence, not your perfection. Walk with Him through the garden of trust instead of climbing ladders of worthiness. Let go of the idea that weakness disqualifies you. The cracks in your heart are where His light enters. Redemption doesn't erase scars. It transforms them into stories that heal others. You are living proof that grace still writes in the language of resurrection. Do not mistake stillness for absence. God speaks most clearly in the silence between your thoughts. The quiet that unsettles you is heaven settling around your soul. Stillness is not emptiness. It's divine presence slowed down enough to touch. You are being shaped in unseen places, refined by slow mercies. Every hidden surrender is weaving a beauty you cannot yet perceive. When fear whispers that you're alone, remember, faith doesn't eliminate fear. It outlasts it. God doesn't demand that you be fearless. He invites you to be honest in your trembling. The world says worth must be earned, but grace says worth is inherent. You are beloved before you are improved, chosen before you are ready. So breathe. You are not too far gone. You are not overlooked. You are held by a love older than your mistakes and deeper than your understanding. This moment is your invitation to begin again, not with striving, but with surrender. Lay your plans at His feet and let peace rebuild what worry has broken. God has been weaving meaning through every moment you thought didn't matter. Even your waiting is holy. Even your pain has purpose. When you look back one day, you'll see His fingerprints over every chapter. The heartbreaks, the pauses, the quiet victories. You'll realize you were never walking alone. You were being led with intention. As you step into this day, lift your head and know you are not an afterthought. The same voice that said, "Let there be light," now whispers your name in love. Walk slowly, not in fear, but in trust. Heaven goes with you. Love surrounds you. Your story is still being written in grace. When you doubt your strength, remember, faith is not about feeling brave. It's about choosing love in the middle of fear. Even trembling hands can build miracles when they're placed in God's. You don't have to fix everything before you can rest. Sometimes the most faithful act you can do is to breathe and trust that God is still working. Heaven doesn't require your perfection, only your presence. His love meets you in the middle of your unfinished story, not at the end of it. When you feel unseen, look at the cross and remember, He noticed you before you even knew His name. Love found you first, and it hasn't stopped chasing you since. Some prayers bloom slowly, like flowers waiting for the right season. What feels like silence is often God watering the soil of your future. You were not made to carry the world's weight alone. Let the shepherd lead you beside still waters until your soul remembers how to rest. Every time you choose kindness when anger would be easier, you shift the atmosphere of heaven into the world. Your small faithfulness is holy rebellion against despair. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is strength disguised as mercy. When you let go, heaven rushes in to fill your empty hands with peace. Don't fear the unknown, for faith was born to walk in mystery. What you call uncertainty, God calls invitation. Your story is not running late, it's unfolding right on time. Even the pauses are written with purpose in heaven's handwriting. When grief visits, don't shut the door. Let it sit beside you until comfort speaks softly through the tears. God is not disappointed by your questions. Doubt can be sacred ground when it draws you closer to His heart. You don't need a perfect past to live a meaningful present. Every moment surrendered becomes an altar where grace writes redemption again. When the world feels loud and cruel, close your eyes and listen for the whisper. That whisper has been calling your name since the beginning of creation. You are not here by accident. You are here by assignment. Heaven placed you in this generation for a reason only love could imagine. Do not envy another's path. You don't know what storms they had to walk through to reach their sunrise. The road to heaven is different for each soul, but the destination is the same love. Every act of gentleness is a sermon the world desperately needs to hear. Let your life preach what your words cannot. Even your failures are not wasted when surrendered to grace. God recycles mistakes into miracles when you hand them back to Him. The light that shines through you was not earned. It was entrusted. Carry it gently, for someone walking beside you is searching for its glow. Sometimes God protects you by closing doors you were never meant to walk through. What feels like rejection is often divine redirection. You cannot out-sin His mercy. You cannot outrun His presence. Wherever you go, love gets there first. Hope does not shout. It whispers through endurance. Every day you choose to rise again, you preach the gospel without saying a word. Let your heart be a place where heaven can rest. Peace does not visit noisy souls. It dwells where trust is allowed to breathe. You are not forgotten. You are being formed. The waiting room of heaven is the workshop of character. Be patient with yourself. Growth is rarely graceful. God's masterpiece is painted with slow, deliberate strokes. Every tear you've shed has watered the soil of your compassion. Someday you'll meet someone who will find healing through the kindness that grew from your pain. Even silence can be holy when your heart is turned toward Him. Heaven listens, even when words have run out. Joy is not the absence of struggle, it's the presence of love that outlasts it. When you smile in faith, Heaven smiles with you. When your heart begins to heal, don't be surprised if the scars still speak. They are not reminders of failure. They are proof that you survived what was meant to break you. The storms that once terrified you are now teaching you how to dance in the rain. What once drowned you has become the water that baptizes you into new strength. Love is not fragile. It is the strongest force in creation. When you live from love instead of fear, you begin to see heaven, even before you arrive there. Every sunrise is a prophecy of redemption. The light returning to the sky is a mirror of grace returning to the soul. Let your hope rise quietly, like the dawn touching the hills. Hope doesn't demand attention. It simply keeps shining. If the world grows colder, then let your kindness grow warmer. The fire of compassion will always outshine the frost of indifference. Don't rush your healing. Even heaven took 6 days to create the world. The rhythm of restoration always includes rest. Peace is not a reward for control. It is the fruit of surrender. When you let go of what you can't hold, your hands become free to receive. When you forgive yourself, you agree with heaven that mercy is bigger than your mistakes. Forgiveness is not saying it didn't hurt. It's saying the hurt doesn't own you anymore. God never stops writing redemption stories, and yours is still unfolding. The chapters that once made you weep will one day make you worship. When you walk through darkness, remember, stars are only visible at night. You are never without light. It's simply shining in different ways. Heaven is not far away. It's closer than your next breath. Every act of love is a step on the road to heaven. Let your life become a prayer, not through words, but through the way you love others. A gentle heart preaches louder than any sermon. You were created to bring light into places that have forgotten morning. Your kindness is heaven's language, translated into human touch. When you see someone broken, don't look away. Love them as God has loved you, completely, patiently, without agenda. You don't have to be extraordinary to make a difference. Ordinary love, in the hands of an extraordinary God, becomes eternal. The same hands that shaped mountains also shaped your soul. You carry divine fingerprints in your design. Let gratitude be your worship today. Thankfulness opens doors in heaven that worry cannot unlock. Even when life feels heavy, remember, grace walks beside you, whispering, "You don't have to carry this alone." You are never abandoned. You are accompanied. Heaven celebrates not your success, but your surrender. God is not impressed by your strength. He is moved by your trust. When you can't see the road ahead, trust the one who made the road. The destination is not a place. It's a presence. The road to heaven is paved with moments of choosing love over fear. Every act of forgiveness is a step closer to eternity's embrace. Someday, when all your striving ends, you'll understand that peace was never far. It was waiting for you to be still. The gates of heaven open to those who trust, not those who hurry. And when your eyes finally see the face of love, every tear will be explained by joy. Every ache will make sense in the light of glory. Until that day, walk gently, love boldly, forgive quickly. Heaven is not only where you're going, it's what you carry within you now. The world is aching for light, and you were born to shine it. Even the smallest flame can turn night into morning. Lift your eyes, beloved. The story is not over. It's only changing scenes. You were never overlooked, never abandoned, never unloved. From the first breath to the final one, you are the song God never stops singing. So rise today, with gentleness in your hands and hope in your eyes. The world needs your light, and heaven walks with you as you shine.